You had mentioned to me before that there is no such dish as huevos rancheros.
I don't know. There's either no such dish as huevos rancheros, or there's a million dishes called huevos rancheros. I got addicted to this kind of thing when I lived in Texas.
Okay.
And you can go into any restaurant in South Central Texas, and they'll have huevos rancheros on the menu. And if you go into 5 different restaurants and order it, you get 5 different things.
That's right.
So it's whatever you want it to be.
What's the actual translation?
Ranch-style eggs.
Okay. Well, there you go. Could be anything.
Ranch-style eggs. Could be anything.
Do we need some fries?
What we're going to do... Yeah, is that going?
Yeah, that's going.
We want a nice hot pan. Now let's just, since we're doing this live, this is going to be start to finish huevos rancheros. None of that TV magic. So
we got a boogie.
Let's just do a half.
Okay.
Do a half of the batch. Now the recipe, I think I called for a pound.
A pound of hamburger.
Right. We want good, nice high heat on this, because you want it to get that browning.
Good sear.
Right. If it just turns gray, that's not flavor. You want it to get brown, the caramelization and the sugars.
And you want the full fat hamburger? What if you want
I use the leaner hamburger. And as I mentioned in the recipe, if you've got some shredded beef from the last one over pot roast, you can do it with shredded beef.
Yeah.
Eileen mentioned that I didn't think of this, but you could use the crumbles.
The vegetarian. Yeah.
Do it vegetarian. Right. Why not?
You could use chicken, right?
Right.
Ground turkey.
A little more heat on there.
Okay. Okay,
hearing is such an important part of cooking.
Okay.
You got to hear that sizzle.
How's that? I made my own sizzle.
Sizzle means flavor. And what I'm doing here is cutting up a couple of jalapenos.
Don't touch your eyes.
Yeah. Oh. You should always rinse your hands and never touch your eyes.
Don't touch my eyes.
And I'm going to do, I think I'm just going to do the one for this amount.
Okay.
And I'm cutting out most of the ribs and the seeds. That's where all the heat is.
That's the hot part.
That's all the hot part. So this will give us good flavor. Okay. Let's keep that going a little more. More heat.
More heat. Okay, put it up to high. It's on high.
Last time I was in here, they were worried we were going to burn the place down. There was smoke coming up. I said, that's the only way you can cook and have it be good.
That's
if
true.
You're making smoke.
It's really, really sizzling. You just can't hear it. It's a quiet sizzle.
A quiet sizzle. There you go. Okay, while that's happening, I'm going to
chop up an onion.
Dice an onion real quickly here.
Okay, and like you said, there's really no measuring or anything like that. It's just kind of what you like, right? If you like a lot of onion, put a lot of onion.
If you like a lot of onion, if you like hotter peppers, if you like the peppers, put in some Scotch bonnet peppers.
Ooh.
Throw in some chili peppers. Recipes are starting points.
And you grow from there.
That's right. So we've got all that going, and we're just going to throw all this in together.
Okay.
We got the chilies in there. And how's our heat going? Great.
It's on high.
So that's all going real nice. And we're just going to let that cook for a minute and add a few more things.
Okay, spices.
Spices. Oregano. Tex-Mex cooking's got to have some oregano.
Okay. And you're doing the old crumbling it in your fingers too to let out the oils and the...
Right. You always do that. You get a lot more flavor.
It's good when it burns.
Rub it between your fingers. Well, and that's the other thing. Is when you put the spices in. I've got some cumin here.
Oh boy.
Some ground cumin.
That's good stuff.
Which is another essential flavor in Tex-Mex.
Oh yeah.
But again, put it in the pan, get it in there with a little bit of oil, and heating it, and that's going to bring out the flavor. Yeah. That brings out those oils. So that's going great. This is beautiful. How are we doing time-wise?
Oh, I think we're probably got a good 5 minutes left here.
Great. We'll just let that go a little bit there.
And now, what is this oil cooking for?
Oil.
Heating up. Do I need to turn that up at all?
Yeah, we need that to be medium-high, probably about 350 degrees.
I don't have a thermometer, but we'll have to... I'm not sticking my finger in there to see how hot it is.
Well, and I don't have a wooden spoon. Is that a wooden spoon?
Yep.
Here's a trick. Stick the end of a wooden spoon in. See how it's sizzling a little bit?
That means it's hot enough.
That means it's hot enough.
Okay.
So you can do that without burning your fingers.
Do you want me to turn this meat down a little bit off of high?
Nope. We want it to keep cooking.
Okay.
We want a nice dark brown color on there.
You are making your own tortilla chips.
This is so easy, and they're so much better than the stuff, the ones that you come in a bag.
Yeah.
You get some corn tortillas.
Okay. You chuck them in the oil.
Slice them up.
What kind of oil is that?
And this is just vegetable oil. I think this is canola oil. You can use corn oil, just any vegetable oil.
Okay.
Regular cooking oil. In they go.
Do I need to stir them?
Just like that.
Okay.
That's all.
How long do you cook those?
Now, this is in the recipe. Another tip. This recipe is full of tips. Okay, so you've got to get the book. You've got to get the recipe and read through it. Okay.
Good
So I talk about the different kinds of chilies and how you make it hotter or milder, and some cooking techniques, and also the little trick of how you know when the chips are done. See how they're bubbling up?
Yep.
A good strong bubble. Now in just a minute, those bubbles are going to slow down where it's just a real few small bubbles coming up. The color's not going to change. They're not going to have that dark brown color.
They're just going to get crunchy.
But they're going to get crunchy.
Okay.
So when they come out, then they take on the color.
Oh.
So this is doing great.
Okay, we've got about 2 minutes left here, so.
Okay, so what we'll do is we'll just add, I'm just using canned tomatoes.
Okay.
You could use fresh tomatoes if you wanted. And if you do, then you probably want to throw a little water in there. But I'm just using some canned tomatoes because they're so good anymore.
They're good and they're easy, quick.
There we go. That's looking good.
That looks beautiful.
A little more liquid.
Some nice color.
I want this to be a saucy kind of mixture. Okay. Now let's take a peek at these. Yeah, see, these are just, the bubbles are slowing down.
Beautiful.
And of course I don't have a slotted spoon.
Here we go. Let's see. Slotted spoon. Neither do I.
We'll use this.
Okay.
We'll just use this. And we just bring these out and drain. Now,
I'll turn that
they're
off.
going to get darker in just a minute. As they sit here, they'll get a little dark. But those are done.
That was so quick.
And they're so much better
Oh, I bet.
than what you get.
A lot less sodium, a lot less.
You salt them yourself. And of course, salt them while they're wet.
Should I turn this pan on for the eggs?
Oh, yeah. Forgot. Gotta have eggs. You can't have Huevos
eggs.
Rancheros without Huevos.
Let's get those eggs cooking.
So that's coming along. These are doing great.
Okay.
And a little salt and pepper, always.
Freshly cracked pepper is the best.
Just a little pepper. And
We've got 1 minute to go, so let's get those eggs.
Let's get those eggs on.
Okay.
It's so easy. These will cook. These will cook up in 1 minute. We'll just put those on high. There we go. Then, what do I do with these? There we go.
There's your chips. We put,
mound some chips
let me get you a spoon here.
in the center. Whoops.
Should I put some of this on the center here?
And then, there we go. Just right over the,
Oh, beautiful.
maybe a little parsley garnish, and you've got the beef, you've got the onion, you've got the chilies, the jalapeno peppers in there.
For the sake of me tasting it, I will just bypass the egg since it's not quite done. And let's give a taste of this part.
Sure.
Because I know what eggs taste like, but I don't know what this whole... Let me get a little chip here.
And that's it, start to finish, in 9 minutes. It's quick and easy.
Those chips are wonderful. That is delicious. Those flavors, the cumin really is wonderful.
I better try
You got to
this.
taste one to make sure it's okay. Delicious. Thank you, Peter. And like Peter said, there's a lot of tips and tricks in the cookbook that he didn't reveal today. So go to that phone, 1-800-245-9779. Get your copy of the cookbook and make Huevos Rancheros for yourself.
Where you can learn to make your own tortillas.